Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Avowed. This isn't where we left off. Wait a minute. I think this is... I must have forgot to save. But we did the quest, right? We did the... Yeah, okay. So this must have been when we came over here to go to Runeed's house, and she didn't have anything to say anyway, so we didn't lose anything. Whew. That was a little nerve-wracking. But looks like we have some conversations in camp. So I guess we'll do that right now. Why not? Yeah. That really just threw my intro off, realizing I had gone to the wrong, or I didn't save, but we're all good. Everything's alright. Hey guys, what's going on?
I'm sure you had your own reasons, but I'm glad you helped those two fugitives get to Thirdborn. A lot of people in your position would have left them high and dry, or turned them in.
Oh, yeah. You know, I just really thought they were really good people that deserved a second chance. You know, I mean, murder, it's a minor crime, really, where I'm from. So, yeah, I would never turn somebody in for something like that. I mean, and they said it was self-defense, so, you know, you got to take the word of the suspects, right? I mean, obviously, you can't take the word of the victim because they're dead. So, I mean, you have to take the word of the suspect, you know, the criminal, because otherwise, you know, there's just no trust in the world if you don't. So, yeah, I totally agree with you, Kai. I would never do that. They seem like decent people in a bad spot. You really don't think much of adherence, do you?
It's not that. Believe me, if the Rawatayan Empire had their embassy troops and paladin hirelings here, it wouldn't be any different. Not from what I saw in the Deadfire. I'm just glad to see people get a second chance. And I'm relieved to know you're the kind of person who's willing to grant them, even when your official duties might suggest otherwise.
It's really unfortunate that this is the quest that he decides to talk about. Considering we didn't want to do what we ended up doing. We kind of just did it to fulfill the quest. Right? Because, like, I think we were going to the Steel Garrote to turn him in. I don't know why we couldn't just go to the ambassador and the actual adherents to turn him in. I think it was... Or am I thinking of a different person? Is the captain I'm thinking of like the captain of the adherent troops and not the Steel Garrote captain? If that's the case, then I really wish I hadn't done it. But we couldn't complete that side of the quest because I guess it bugged or something. I don't know. He does have a lot to say about second chances, but I don't think we need to press that. I'm just full of surprises. What can I say?
I can't wait to find out.
Oh. That's all. Good night, Kai.
We should be safe enough, but I'll take watch, just in case.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a pretty safe area. And we've already cleared it out. So, should be alright. Hey, Giada.
I am uneasy in the presence of so many adherents. They attacked my people, and here we are, waltzing around their occupied territory as if nothing is wrong.
You're safe with me. I'm something of a local hero in Paradise.
I'll do my best not to tarnish your reputation.
Thank you.
Fair warning, people might not like seeing you in the company of an animancer. But don't worry, I won't cause any trouble. I know when to keep a low profile.
I don't care what other people think. You're with me, troublemaker.
Well, I don't know what to say. Anyway, thanks for listening. Just wanted to get that off my chest.
Let's talk about Paradise.
What's on your mind?
Since we're here, what do you know about it?
Settlers come to the Living Lands from every corner of Aora. Many stop in Paradise or venture as far out as Thirdborn. And why not? The city has everything they need. Stability, security, walls, everything but freedom. That is why the rest of the Living Lands is populated by the intellectuals, the adventurous, and the criminally insane. Some of us aren't willing to exchange freedom for safety. We accept the frontier as it is.
Before we met, I healed the strangle root. Any idea how I did that?
Curious. Are you certain it was you who did the healing? For all
Good
we
point.
know, it was Sapadal,
Right?
flinching as you rattled the bars of their cage. Remember, you are a godlike. One of the last, if you believe the rumors. We cannot predict how your physiology or your metaphysical footprint will affect the world around you. And if we cannot predict it, we cannot study it. But no, I have no idea how you did it. Let me know if you ever figure it out. Might come in handy.
Will do. Do you know any local gossip here?
Let me think. I heard about what happened to the Claviger. Strange, isn't it? 2 politicians leave town, only 1 returns. Not that I'm suggesting anything happened out there. Away from the city, in the wilderness.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've heard that suggestion. I don't believe it. The ambassador does not seem like the type to get his hands dirty like that. Back to my other questions.
Of course. Anything in particular?
Nope, get some rest. We'll talk about her another time.
I'm starving. Serves me right for not packing enough snacks.
I've got some cheese. Want to share?
You have cheese? Where did you get cheese?
Maurice's pack. It's full of snacks. I figured he wouldn't miss a little cheese.
I won't tell if you don't.
Love it. Love it. Poor Marius. Alright, so we're going to be going to Thirdborn, so we got to bring Kai. Man, I like Marius, though. But I like Giada. God dang it. Alright, we're going to have to think of a system of how to rotate the companions more. Maybe every time we get to a standing stone. Not standing stone, an Audra stone, we'll rotate. Yeah, that sounds good. That'll give, you know, depending on how quickly we find them. I guess if we find them like one after another, we probably don't want to do that. So maybe that's not a good idea. I'll have to think of something. Alright. So we are going to Emerald Stair. I'm guessing this is where Thirdborn is. This looks like the garden. I think I found the garden, guys. Pretty sure this is it. Alright. Travel to Emerald... Or, yeah, Emerald Stair. Wonder if the city's still burning. It was just doused in gasoline. Well, it's not burning from this distance. Oh, no. Yeah, it is. That was not pathetic. Still on fire. Alright. Well, we don't want to walk all the way there, so I guess we'll teleport. Might as well. What a lovely place. I would have loved to see it in bloom. Wonder what it would have looked like. Alright, we'll teleport to this one. And there's the area right next to us. I'll take a quick peek. Because it's not explored. Oh yeah, I love this campsite. We've only been here once, but it was a cool one. I like how they're each different. Alright, so the unexplored area is south. This way. See if there's anything over here worth looking at. Back in the swamp here. Probably just need to go over this bridge and up to that cliff, maybe.
You know, swamps are always more colorful than I imagined.
Yeah, I agree. I know I've said it before. I'm a big fan of swamps. I mean, I would never want to travel one in my own, because I've done that, and it's not the most pleasant place to travel. But, from like a aesthetic point of view, they're pretty interesting. Very vibrant and full of life. In Dagobah, that's always a fun place, right? But man, the mosquitoes. Mosquitoes must be terrible. I think we've been over there. Yeah. Luckily, in gaming, you don't have to worry about being bit by mosquitoes. Alright, it doesn't look like there's anything to find. We've been here, right? Oh, maybe not. Looks like it's just a little godless ruin, though. Although we got some dream thralls here. Ow. Who are you guys?
Just go.
Another win. But who's
Oh, were you guys fleeing? It's rough. Well, you're welcome.
Haven't you done enough?
Excuse you? That's so rude. I don't go around wearing a sign that I'm an Adiran, people. Jesus. I mean, I go around wearing a sign that I'm the envoy, which I guess I can assume that way I'm the Adiran, but still. Give me a break. I just saved your life. You treat me like that. Alright. Looks like I see the gate over there. Way in the distance. Ah, man, this would be terrible. Like in real life. You never know what's under this murky water. Have we been there? Yeah, I think that was where the offerings went. Get some mushrooms. Shadow grass. Have that too. Just look how much character these trees have in these swamps. Nope. Hey, burn that for me. I kind of wish I could use their abilities even if they weren't here. That would make things easier. This is an interesting little cove. It'd be a great place for a little campsite. Stay dry. Move this log over here and then you can jump on it and cross over here. Oh yeah. There's Survival 101 with Heliax. Basically like a YouTube version of Bear Grylls here. Still remember his Everglades episode. I used to love that show. Looks like that's Steel Garrote over there. I don't think there's anything else left to do around here.
I'd like a word. Gods, what happened here?
Uh-oh. We got some bodies. Okay, I'll come closer. We do have some words to be said. Who are you? You are the one I was thinking of, so you are Steel Garrote.
A moment
Okay.
of your time, if you please. From one Adiran to another.
Gosh, she looks so cool. Captain Elfair, what are you doing here?
I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands.
True.
So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand.
Oh, Captain. Please stop. Ah, man. There's so many things I want to say. I want to say just about all of these, but I don't feel like I'm going to get the chance to. Which is a maddening feeling. So by this point, because we went back to Paradise, and I don't know how much distance really there is between the places, but I'm going to imagine a couple days have passed. Maybe even a week has passed. So I don't think he's like in like the sort of hot-tempered mood he was when it first started and he was just killing any steel garrote he saw. Or willing to kill any steel garrote he saw. Giada, stay close.
You do the talking. I don't trust myself right now.
Keep that temper of yours in check, and no doubt we'll part as friends. Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Yeah, you do.
Bring us her severed head, and I'll consider it.
Giada.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight.
You say that like it's nothing. Yes, thank you. Thank you, game. This is exactly what I want him to be saying. You say that like it's nothing, but you made Adir complicit in a war crime.
All we've done is speed things along to their inevitable conclusion. One way or another, Fuel Messi Verno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary. Fuel Messi Verno's reliance on animancy and stubborn individualism has done nothing but drag the living lands down with them.
Their fate was not yours to decide.
Ludwig's the one you need to convince. I'm just the messenger. Look, I'm only telling you this because you deserve to know Ludwig's intentions for the living lands. If Heelgard cannot maintain a grip on the living lands, then the Steel Garrote will simply take it from him. You see, the Steel Garrote answer to the burned queen, not your floundering empire.
There we go.
And we will break from Adir if that's what it takes.
The Emperor will hear of what you've done.
And while he frets in the throne room, his puppy dog soldiers will chase their own tails. Inquisitor Ludwig sees something in you, envoy. She wants to cultivate your potential, as she did mine. You don't want to get between her and the fate of the living land, so let this serve as a warning. Our grasp on this island is going to tighten, even if it costs us allies along the way. Acceptable losses. What you do with this information is up to you. Either way, Emerald Stair is just the beginning.
Alright, she has basically said everything I needed the Steel Garrote to tell me. To determine that they are an enemy of the Empire, of the Emperor, and I will no longer feel uncomfortable attacking them if need be. Ludwig and the Steel Garrote are making a grave error.
Feel free to prove us wrong. The Steel Garrote love a challenge. Before I let you go, a little bird sang in my ear that you're going to Shatterscarp.
Word travels fast.
Of course, that would have been impossible with these meddlesome rangers in the way.
You didn't.
I took the liberty of removing them. It's a shame, really. Honorable folk to the last.
Did Ludwig give the order?
Ludwig told me to open a path for you by any means necessary, and that's exactly what I did.
Girl, I already had a path open.
Shatterscarp, give this letter to Temerity. Compliments of the Inquisitor. No need to keep you any longer. Let's hope our next meeting is under more favorable circumstances.
Tell Ludwig I've got my eye on her.
No need. She has both of hers on you.
Well, then she's gonna walk into a wall.
Sooner or later.
So that's it? We're just letting her walk away?
Ooh. Killing won't solve anything.
No, but it'll make me feel a lot better. I don't want to see you again. Is that clear? Crystal.
Good luck with her, envoy. You're going to need it.
I didn't think it was possible to hate someone this much.
I'm sleeping with one eye open tonight.
Yeah. I know this might be maybe one of my more inconsistent things with him, but I am trying not to just kill whenever I feel like I should or can, I think is probably the better word. Like, we could obviously kill them now, and that would probably be best for the land, but again, I'm not a judge or an executioner. I'm an envoy. I'm a researcher, a scholar. And I don't know, maybe I should have. They did very obviously just commit a crime of murdering all these rangers here. But I don't know. Maybe he'll get to the point where he'll think that he has to sort of take personal control over the land, even down to like the basic laws and stuff. I don't know. But a little warning to all rangers stationed in the perimeter fort. You must report to a superior officer before leaving the fort, whether on patrol, for personal reasons, or literally anything at all. Similarly, you must also report to a superior officer whenever coming back. It's not that difficult, everyone. This swamp is a dangerous place. We don't need to add worry about everyone's well-being on top of all the other issues we are constantly managing. Failure to report in or out to a superior officer will result in latrine duty on a night when a triple helping of beans accidentally made it into the stew. Yikes. I think I would always report in and out if that was the potential punishment. Yeah, and also I'm maybe this is a bit, I don't know, presumptuous of me, or superior, I don't know, elitist of me, but I don't want to lead Giada down the path of vengeance. I'm about justice, not vengeance. It's really, really difficult to understand the difference, especially when you're the aggrieved party. But even if you're not the aggrieved party, it can be rather difficult to catch the difference. And sometimes there really isn't that much of a difference, if a difference at all. Like, the outcome might be the same. Really? Okay. The outcome of both vengeance and justice might be the same. It's all about the reason why you're doing it. I don't know. I probably should have killed him. Trying to talk myself into a reason why I shouldn't kill them, but probably should have. Hello. An interesting little area. Why do you exist? This is kind of like an escape route. I think we've been over here. Okay. Guess we're not going that way. Alright. Let's head out. Can I talk to you again?
The steel garrote are never far.
Okay, so no, I can't change my mind and attack her. Well. Alright. it's time. We'll have a little Merc brew before we go. Travel to Shatterscarp. Let's see the new zone. I'm excited.
You came to Emerald Stair looking for answers, and now we're leaving with more questions. How do we fight the Dream Scourge? What can we do about Sapadal? And where is the garden? Not to mention, why the Steel Garrote burned my fucking home to the ground.
What they did was inexcusable and unforgivable.
I'm glad you think so. Because right now you're the only Adiran whose opinion matters to me. I will not forget Fiorme Siverna. Everything it was, and everything it could have been. And I will never forgive. Never.
So on top of the Dream Scourge rotting your fields and turning kith and beast alike into monsters, now we've got a Deathguard Inquisitor and the Steel Garrote dogging our steps. Do you think Ludwine will try something similar in Thirdborn?
Yes. I need to speak with her. Maybe she'll listen to reason.
I bet Heelguard's tried that tack. Zealots like her aren't swayed by reason. And Thirdborn will greet her with a sword in one hand and another sword in the other. Lots of Rawatayans, scramble routes with no prospects back home, washouts from military or mercenary life, sailors in search of steady ground. Add to that a motley assortment of pirates, free spirits, and people who like living under the loosest grasp of the law, and you've got Thirdborn. But rumor has it something's amiss in Shatterscarp. Strange dreams, disappearances, people wandering into the desert and never returning, or coming back changed.
Yeah, that sounds like the Dream Scourge. The Dream Scourge.
That's what I'm afraid of.
At least that tells us we're on the right track. This Dream Scourge is one of the weirdest things I've ever tried to hunt.
What do you know about Thirdborn, Marius?
Town full of survivors. Anyone who decides to stake out a life in Shatterscarp isn't someone you want to mess with. Good enough people, though. And generally less likely to rob you or bore you to sleep than other places we've been.
Really?
Everything we learned in Naku Tadek points us to the garden. Thirdborn is just a stepping stone. But we don't know anything about the garden. It could be a myth or a metaphor. Whatever the garden is or isn't, it's our only lead. We find the garden, we find the Dream Scourge.
The garden implies cultivation, patience, intention.
Indeed, and deep roots waiting to be unearthed. Yardsley is a master of the unknown and the unknowable. No mystery eludes her for long. If there is a path to the garden, Yardsley can lead us to it. I'd follow her anywhere.
Or maybe that god poking around your soul could give us directions.
Ask for directions. Why didn't I think of that? Kai, that's brilliant. Whatever Sapadal tells us will be filtered through a lot of metaphysical noise, but it couldn't hurt to try.
Let's do it.
This is so exciting. Sapadal? It's Giada. Giada Castel. If you're listening, could you please tell us more about the garden?
Castel. Why does this name sing to us? A voice through murky water. The garden stifles the notes we cannot reach. The branches bind.
Did you get anything?
Sapadol said the real garden is the friends we make along the way. Oh, I want to say it so badly. For a moment, it seemed like Sapadol recognized you. Your parents are probably part of Sapadol now, just saying.
What? No. They must have confused me with someone else. Clearly your link to Sapadal isn't as strong as it was in Naku Tadek. But I'll take it over nothing.
Anyone else want to ask her a question?
I'll pass. I've heard too many ghost stories that start this way.
Right. If I wanted to waste time, that's what I carry a flute for.
Just me then. Really? No one else has a question for the god of the living lands? Fascinating.
So let me see if I got this straight. We're looking for the garden, which might not exist. Our best lead is Yatsley, an eccentric scholar who's gone ahead to Thirdborn, where the Dream Scourge may be ravaging.
Don't look at me. I was fine going back to Paradise.
I wouldn't even attempt what we're doing with anyone but you three.
Stop. You're aggravating my old sir.
Listen, I hate to ask this, but while we're in Shatterscarp, there's something I need to do. Something I owe Tama. There's an old battlefield near some Pogrunan ruins. Area called the Shark's Teeth. Tama lost his badge there. I need to get it.
We'll go.
Thanks.
Takes courage to go back for something you lost. I wouldn't have it in me.
Get some rest. Sleep is good for the soul. Maybe this doesn't need to be said, but I don't blame you for what happened to Fiorme Siverno. I just wanted you to know.
These are my people. I should have seen it coming. Yeah, I mean, all the warning signs were there for us to see it coming, right? We knew something was going to happen. We knew they were going to try something. I don't think there's any way we could have guessed they were going to burn the entire city to the ground. Like, at worst, I thought they were just going to, like, take over the city. Maybe, like, throw the Animancers out, but, like, keep the city intact. You know, anybody who wasn't an Animancer could stay and sort of, like, institute a governor there, their own governorship there, or something like that. But no, just completely destroy it. Was not seeing that coming. I should have seen it coming. Yeah, I'm not questioning what the Empire's doing here. As, again, they have pretty much stated straight up, they are not doing this for the Empire. Necessarily. They're kind of using the Empire as like a vessel in which to do these deeds. To give them some sort of reason, or give them some sort of legitimacy. But they're not. There's nobody... We don't think anybody in the Empire is ordering them to do this. They seem to be rogue. Now, we do have that line from the ambassador in which he might have implied the Emperor was okay with it. But until we hear from him directly, no. These were my people.
You aren't responsible for the sins of the Steel Garrote. I'll get the bastards who did this. One way or another, I'll make them pay.
Sleep well. We've got a long road ahead.
All right. Oh, we're still in the swamp. Cool. Anybody want to talk?
Right. Did someone eat my special cheese?
Uh-oh.
Oh, not me. What about you, Kai?
Believe me, you'd know if I'd eaten it.
It was medicinal cheese for my stomach, and someone ate it.
Oh, rats, maybe?
Well, someone ate it. The sooner they confess, the sooner we can move past it.
Guess we'll be here a while.
Right. I thought this might happen, which is why I took the liberty of going through Kai's pockets.
Uh-oh.
Guess what I found? Crumbs. Cheese crumbs.
That doesn't prove anything.
It's my fault, Marius. I was starving, and Kai was generous enough to share.
Marius, I'm sorry for enjoying your special cheese.
That cheese was aged 10 years in a seaside cave. The next time you're peckish, ask and I'll get you something fresher.
For what it's worth, it was delicious.
Oh, I know, Giada. I know.
Oh, it's great. Fantastic. No, I don't want to upgrade it. I want to destroy it. Destroy. And I think that's everything we want to destroy. Anything to craft? Oh yeah. Go and craft you. Craft you. Craft you. Oh, we can go to the fourth stage now too. I don't think we want to do that yet, because we still got a lot to do in this stage. Yeah, we need to get some more Audra. Okay, so upgrades here. We can upgrade my wand, which I think we'll do. Yep. Get that upgraded. Good. Our stash. No, this not the side. Tree of Life goes in there. I don't think we have any more enchants to do. Nope. We got the totem activated. All right. It's time for their next outfits. So go with Obsidian Collection for you two, and you go to the Aora Collection. Nice, get you a nice coat.
When you were in the Navy, did you ever get shipwrecked?
Oh,
Once, the seas were choppy, and we scraped the edge of a reef. Pretty far from any of our bases, unfortunately.
And when the rations ran out, did you
Did I... what?
did you eat any of your crewmen?
No, we went fishing and harvested fire kelp. Why?
Cannibalism is supposed to be good for the soul. According to research, anyway.
really?
What research?
I've also heard that sailors have appetites that can't be sated on land.
Sometimes it's just about survival. You make different decisions when your life is on the line.
You people read too many adventure stories. Doesn't the thought make you queasy?
On the bright side, if we're ever short on supplies, it's useful to know who gets eaten first.
Just remind me never to get on a ship with any of you.
This stuff is great. I love it.
Need a break from the dream scourge?
I don't know about that outfit, to be honest, but that's your outfit for this zone, so get used to it. Do you know any local history about Shatterscarp?
I'm afraid not. I've spent a little time in Dawnshore, but this place is a mystery to me. It's good to be somewhere different. Somewhere I can build new memories. Whenever I'm reminded of how big this island really is, it makes my problems feel smaller.
Can I ask about you?
What are you so curious about?
Ooh, we got a lot. How does the phantasmal focus work?
A simple question with a very complicated answer. The device is attuned to the spiritual energy of the living lands, much like a compass to magnetic north. But essence is chaotic by nature. As you saw with your own eyes, imposing order on chaos is not without risk.
You're saying the living lands doesn't want to be controlled.
Indeed. Don't get me wrong, this invention is a small miracle, but it isn't enough. The phantasmal focus was supposed to be the start of something grand. One lever of a device that exists only in theory. Perhaps it should remain that way.
Have you ever tried animancy on yourself?
Now that you mention it, I did try and awaken my soul to become fully aware of my past lives.
Dangerous.
Every animancer tries and fails. It's practically a rite of passage. So, one evening, I crept into the workshop and cobbled an invention together from spare parts. Amateur work. Then I turned it on. Big mistake. The next thing I knew, it was morning. I was floating in the fountain, and my head was pounding like a drum.
You don't need animancy for that. Just rum and a crew on shore leave.
That answers a lot of questions, honestly.
Sometimes I wonder, what if it actually worked? What if all of this happened before, and I'm just reliving the events of a past life? I try not to think about it too much.
Your surname is Castle. Any connection to Castle's Folly?
That little island off of Dawnshore? None that I know of. Ignato Castle led the Valiant Trading Company in the Deadfire Archipelago. Among other things, he invested in the future of animancy, and apparently he had interests here.
Do you know what Castle's folly was?
He had some ideas about moving great distances in the blink of an eye.
Oh, fast travel.
As far as I know, he was unsuccessful. Animancy and ambition are a dangerous mixture. Intoxicating, but dangerous.
Any idea what happened to him?
Afraid not. I've heard a lot of contradictory stories coming out of the Deadfire in recent years. Some say Castle is still in power, while others think his second-in-command took over the Valiant Trading Company. You know how it is. Wherever there's conflict, there's bound to be misinformation.
Yeah. Obviously, that depends a lot on what we did in the second game, right? What happened to him. I don't really remember what we did with him, but if we did anything. No family connection, then.
I hope not. I wouldn't want my family associated with speculation, corruption, and whatever else happened in the Deadfire. We have enough problems already. Unfortunately, that's all I know. Whether or not Castle succeeded, I don't think it's folly to dream.
How are you holding up?
Well, my future is in shambles, and I have no idea what to do next.
Not bad.
Oh, and my home burned down. Apart from that, fine. Truthfully, I'm a bit lost. Leaving Fior Messiverno was supposed to be liberating. We've seen and done incredible things, but I'm no closer to finishing my family's work.
You know, technically, you were already banished from Fior, so I mean, like, it burning down, it wasn't really your home anymore. I know, like, you always think of it as your home, but you couldn't ever go back anyway. So, like, you know, is that insensitive? Probably. And I was looking at your outfit more, and I actually do like it, all except for the cuffs here. The cuffs, I don't know. Something about them. Length of them. What is Inui? Maybe I can help.
What I'm up against is much bigger than either of us. Through animancy, I can harness the wild essence of the living lands and put it to good use. But what if I tried, only to have it lash out and destroy me? I'd be no better off than my parents. The dream scourge is infecting our Adra, holding back my work. Until I understand it, until I can control it, I can't do anything. I'm useless. I'm nothing.
If it helps, you know, I mean, like, I know this god, you know, I know a god who kind of runs this land. They're locked up right now, but if we free them, you know, I'm sure I can get you a little bit more control over that essence. Did you ever stop and think that you are more than your work? That's interesting. Does Phaelus think he's more than his work? I think so. I mean, we know he's got, like, personal projects and stuff like that outside of his actual job of the Dream Scourge. I'm gonna say that. Did you ever stop and think that you're more than your work?
Of course. I've heard that one before. Quilici always told me to slow down, to stop and appreciate the land I'm trying so hard to fix. But how can I slow down when I only have one lifetime to get this right? I'll find answers in the garden. For better or worse.
Can we talk about what happened to your parents?
I suppose you deserve to know. After what I put you through. My mother wanted to expand Fior's agriculture. Feeding Emerald Stair wasn't ambitious enough. She wanted to feed the world.
Quite the
She
goal.
thought she could break the wilderness, using animancy as the whip. Turn the living lands into a garden.
That sounds ambitious, but incredibly dangerous.
That's putting it lightly. After my father put the finishing touches on the phantasmal focus, she was impatient to get started. After all, whoever controls the spirit of the living lands has nature in the palm of their hand.
That's a lot of power for one animancer.
My father thought so too. Emerald Stair was just the beginning to her. My father thought she was brilliant. Others thought she was mad. I think she was a victim of her own ambition. She wanted so much, and there was so little time to achieve it. Theoretically, her plan should have worked. But the living lands had other ideas. When she used the phantasmal focus, theory collided with reality. Everything went wrong.
So, I mean, like, the problem with her plan is that the wild essence she was trying to harness was not, what's the word? Was not, like an inanimate substance, right? It had a will, and that will is Sapadol, right? And obviously, when you're trying to harness something that has a will of its own, well, unpredictable things can happen. How old were you?
I was 17. That makes it... God, has it been 13 years already? After they died, I wouldn't go near a lab. It was ages before Kolichi got me to crack open a book. I have a lot of catching up to do in my studies. Need to make up for lost time.
What do you think happened?
I can't rule anything out, but I suspect the Dream Scourge had something to do with it. It lives in the essence of the living lands, corrupting whatever it touches. If I'm right, that means it's been here a long time. Or the forces behind it.
Could be possible that they are the ones that started it, too. Although I think we pretty much proved it's not, like, its source is not there. But maybe them connecting with the essence opened up the source where it is at? I don't know. 13 years. And maybe it took that long to spread because at first it had to corrupt Sapadol to a certain degree. I don't know. There's potential that Animancy did end up causing the Dream Scourge still. I mean, I know that Animancy doesn't, so I'm not going to ask that. We're a smart lad. You knew the Phantasmal Focus was dangerous when you used it in Narcotetic.
It's just a tool. Even a wool scarf is dangerous in the wrong hands. Besides, studying a pillar of Adra is not the same as prying apart the fabric of the living lands. My mother learned that the hard way.
Thank you for telling me. I'm sure it wasn't easy.
Don't worry. I've lived with it for a while now. I thought my family's research could help Emerald Stair. That it could banish the Dream Scourge from our lands. Of course, Vidaro wouldn't even give me a chance. He was afraid of history repeating itself. Still, I'm hopeful. This legacy of mine could change Animancy as we know it. And something tells me I'm close to a breakthrough. Closer than my mother ever got.
Let me know if I can help in any way.
I hardly think your Emperor would approve. Good thing he's on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
No Animancer has engineered an ecosystem before. Maybe, with a little luck, I could be the first.
Yeah, don't worry about the Emperor. Me and him we're close. He'll forgive me, probably. Maybe. What do you think of our traveling companions?
Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions.
How about Kai?
Kai is a useful fellow. We need people like him to keep you grounded. Just not too grounded. On the surface, Kai is all charm and confidence. You feel good knowing he's around. But there's something deeper. something in his core that he guards from everyone. Maybe even himself.
What makes you think so?
Kai wears his confidence like a mask. We all do. No one wants to project their frailties. But in his case, hiding behind it amplifies his better qualities. So I say, let him have his mask. If there's another side to him, he'll show us when he's good and ready. No need to rush a natural process.
Any thoughts on Marius?
Marius is working through something. An old wound that hasn't healed. A search for forgiveness? Who knows? He's a tough fellow, but I wouldn't put too much pressure on him.
I seem to attract the wounded. At least they make good company.
We're all wounded. That's the price of survival in the living lands. Just look at you. Only just got here and you died in the line of duty.
Oh, yeah.
You may not be from the living lands, but the island left you a scar to remember. Now, you're just like us.
And, what do you think of, me?
We haven't been together long, but I think I have you figured out.
Oh, really?
In Paradise, you have a reputation for being an unlawful misfit.
Wait, what, really?
This is the frontier, after all. We don't exactly do things by the book. You helped Fiorme Siverno through an awful time. We did our best. No one will forget that. Of course, all I know is what you've done. You may not think these choices reflect who you are. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care what anyone thinks. All that matters is how you see yourself. I've spilled all the gossip I know. Ask me again when there's a new face in camp.
So do you find me attractive, or, you know, I mean... Also, unlawful misfit? Like, excuse me? Name one unlawful thing I did. You can't name it. Well, except for maybe the one thing you actually saw, which is, you know, me helping those criminals escape. But that wasn't my fault. There was no police officer around. So, I mean, if there's no police around, you can't do anything else but help the criminals. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Get some rest.
Thanks for talking.
You're welcome. Hey, Kai.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about what happened in Emerald Stair. I know your emperor sent you here to represent Adir, but the Steel Garrote raising Fior has gotta make things harder for you.
There we go. The Steel Garrote doesn't represent Adir.
Then why did your emperor send them? I'm not entirely... Listen, that's all rumors that he sent them. Okay, just rumors. Who are you gonna believe, right? I haven't seen any letter from the Emperor, like I had from the Emperor, saying that they sent them. At least I don't think we did. Damn, I wish I had another choice here that said, like, that defended the Emperor a bit more. Like, saying something along the lines, he didn't know they were going to do this, or something like that. I guess, really, he probably should have known they might have done something like this, but... I mean, don't ask me, I'm just the messenger. It's kind of like a... I feel like that makes it sound like I don't know the Emperor well enough to say. I guess we're going to say it's a temporary alliance. Maybe, but it's an alliance all the same.
They broke
Look,
it.
I'm not trying to hold your feet to the fire over this. The cruelty we saw, it's hard to reconcile that with the place you've called home. I just wanted to know how you're feeling about all this.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. My mission hasn't changed. Do you believe I did could be a force for good besides my deserved chance here? Oaths be damned, I didn't sign up for this? Nah. I still believe Adir can be a force for good. Besides, my people deserve a chance here.
You'd think this island's big enough, wouldn't you? Anyway, I just want to check in with you. This may be your burden, but you don't have to carry it alone. What's on your mind?
So, tell me about Tama's badge. The one we're looking for.
A marker of his service to Thirdborn's defense. And something that helps his comrades identify his remains, if needed.
You always hope it won't come to that.
You hope it won't, but you know it might. It's an old Rawatayan naval tradition that Thirdborn's kept alive. And another debt I owe him.
How did the Thirdborn come to be?
The story goes that a lot of the first arrivals were Rawatayans without other prospects. Too low on the ladder to take over the family trade, too poor to learn another.
The Thirdborn of their families.
Exactly. Rawatai's an inhospitable environment to say the least, so my people have a proud tradition of seeking our fortunes elsewhere. The Rawatai's got a big navy that always needs fresh blood, and there are plenty of opportunities for large, colorful mercenaries and bodyguards all over Aora.
Rawatayans aren't all warriors and sellswords.
Of course not. We've also got poets, artisans, scholars, traders, you name it, just like anywhere else. But they're not the ones who built Thirdborn. It started as a convenient harbor for pirates and mercs to lie low. Bold, or desperate, fishing crews from Rawatai would follow seasonal catches out here.
That seems like a rough place to lie low. And a long way for a fishing trip. Oh, is it not on the coast?
That tells you something about the people willing to attempt it. Over time, those early arrivals built huts, a proper harbor, and walls
I understand
to
now.
protect them from all the hungry things in the desert. Well, that brought in a steady trickle of veterans, ruffians, trophy hunters, and rugged eccentrics. People looking for fresh adventure, or running from the consequences of their old ones.
Wait, are we going to... Okay. So it's not that place we saw on the coast of the north. It's the desert place on the map, which is... Yeah, which is actually got me really exciting. I love me a good desert. And far from the reach of any nation's laws.
Your words, not mine.
Can you tell me about Shatterscarp?
Where to start? It's a huge desert full of sandy wastes, canyons, and highlands. On a clear day, you can stand at one of the overlooks to gaze straight across the Great Sand Sea and see no end to the dunes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dangerous and stark. A lot like Rawatai, but in a different way. Sandstorms instead of typhoons. Guess that's part of what I liked about it. Familiar, but different.
Do you guys prefer a typhoon or a sandstorm? I don't know which I prefer. Having, lived in Florida my whole life, dealing with hurricanes, I'd say sandstorms are less dangerous. But maybe my idea of like a really bad sandstorm isn't quite accurate to what it is. Like I imagine really bad sandstorms probably have pretty fierce winds as well, but probably not as bad as hurricanes, surely. That's all. Good night, Kai.
Night, envoy.
Marius?
Right. Give me a minute. There's a lot going on right now.
You seem nervous.
It's okay to be nervous.
Growing up, I heard stories of a garden in the center of the living lands.
Really?
I thought they were just stories. No one living had ever gone there, but we were just supposed to protect it.
Who is supposed to protect the garden? The Pargunan.
It's why Solace was founded. They patrol Galawain's tusks looking for threats to the garden. We usually just found Zarups and dead kith. Nandru's the only one who went to the garden and made it back, which is interesting because you kind of look like him.
This is huge. Who is Nandru?
Founder of Solace. Lived centuries ago. More or less the biggest hero in Galawain's tusks.
Past life.
You have the same kind of face things from what I've seen. You know, the fungus stuff.
Why didn't you tell me this?
Didn't seem relevant. I started following you at first because I thought it was a wild coincidence. There's a resemblance, sure, but no one alive has ever seen Nandru other than a few statues and descriptions and legends. And we're talking about oral legends, passed down for centuries. Who knows what's true and what's dramatic license?
Surprisingly, oral lessons are, or oral traditions are actually fairly good at staying consistent throughout the ages. Now, whether the original one wasn't embellished and whatnot, and obviously some embellishments get added, but they're usually pretty good at keeping the important parts. At least from what I know. Well, I'm not gonna berate him for not telling me earlier. Well, at least something.
I guess. I wouldn't put too much faith in it. There's just a lot of stuff from the old times that isn't as true as we think it is. A lot changes here over centuries. Like the garden. Even if someone knew how to get there, they knew it hundreds of years ago. Who knows if the garden even exists anymore?
You don't seem interested in finding it.
No, I'm not. Frankly, I think this might be a waste of your time. Look, this gods and magic stuff isn't my expertise. Come find me when you need an antivenom for a windsnake bite. I need to get some rest before I get all worked up. Grab me when you're ready to go.
Oh, okay. I think he is potentially nervous about us going for it. Maybe a part of him does want to protect it. All right, exit. Yep, this group. I just want to see what the land is like before we end the episode, and look at this splash art. Oh yeah, that's a desert, all right. Reach Thirdborn. All right, guys. I actually really love his obsidian outfit. It's nice. I do wish.
Smell death here.
Oh joy! When do you not smell death, Sapadol?
Listen to me. Look here. Can you focus on my voice? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm just dizzy.
You hear that crying? Pathetic.
No, this looks nice already.
Fucking bastards.
That last pack gouged a hole through our ranks. How many did you lose?
Too many. Not even counting the ones we had to put down because they turned into dream thralls.
I had to put down 3 good men myself. Telling their family. That was worse.
Don't talk to me like you're the only one who understands hardship. I'm going to be facing down a mutiny soon.
You think we want to be here? Think again.
So leave. I can't wait to see the last of you and your people.
And go where? Nothing but death waiting out there. Better we die with honor.
Hey guys.
Another Adiran, Kutabao.
Hold on. This isn't one of mine. Or Ludwig's.
Hey.
You must be the envoy Hilgard told me about.
Well, you picked a damn fine time to show up.
The corpses are still fresh. The fight must have been recent.
It was a bloodbath. Dream Thralls ambushed us an hour ago. We're still counting the dead.
Our dead, to be precise.
We lost soldiers too, protecting your people.
Yes, how heroic. Protecting Kith from Adiran dream thralls.
Thorough autopsies are needed to confirm such a claim. It sounded like Nenio there for a moment. Is the rest of Shatterscarp as afflicted with the Dream Scourge?
Unfortunately, yes. As far as we've been able to determine by our scouts.
In all their military might, your Adiran comrades decided to go wandering through the desert, despite my advice.
Sounds like us.
We're all paying for their idiocy. Thirdborners and Adirans alike.
We've since pulled back to Eagle's Reach until more reinforcements arrive to contain the Dream Trolls. Whatever your intentions here, Envoy, it's not worth it. Better to go back to Paradise where it's safe.
I don't go where I'm safe, Captain. I go where I'm needed. Look how heroic I am.
I doubt you're particularly needed in Thirdborn, of all places.
I'm looking for Yatsley. I told her I'd meet her in Thirdborn.
I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't recognize the name.
Of course, that strange Orlan scholar. She came through not too long ago. Should be in town by now. Before you go, Envoy, Kith aren't too keen on Adirans at the moment. Rumor of what happened in Fjord is already starting to spread. Just watch your back, all right?
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Good luck, Envoy. Gods protect you.
Gods protect us all.
I don't recognize Rutaska, but I know Thirdborn. He used to be made of sterner stuff.
Damn. You gonna take that? What is your name? Rutaska? Alright. Just want to get a nice view of the land before we... Ooh. Look at that. Beautiful. Just beautiful with the light and everything. Great. What do we got here? What are we going to be looking for? 1 memory, 5 bounties, 6 fast travels, Burgundy cash, 4 party camps. So it seems like it might be smaller than the last zone. I think we had, what, like 6 or 7 party camps in the last zone. And like 14 fast travel beacons, I think. Something like that. Something crazy. Although the map still looks huge. So maybe it's just a lot more open space. I guess it's a desert, so it's likely to be less dense with life. Really cool. Really cool. Alright, guys. We're going to end the episode there. In the next episode, we'll probably, talk to the people in this camp here before we head down into the desert. I wonder where this Dune Sea is, too. I want to see that. And we are by the water. So where the hell are we on the map? Oh, we're way down here. Okay, I thought this would be the desert. I mean, this is definitely the garden, right? I mean, I can tell you guys where the garden is. I can see it. There's this place, too. A lot of different areas still to go. Alright. Well, until the next episode, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And I'll catch you later.